Welcome to another Health Announcement Spotlight. I'm Jody Tropiano Green, the head of content for health, and I'm here with David Stein, the CEO of Babson Diagnostics today. Hi, David.
Hey, Jody, it's great to be here today.
Great to be with you too. So I know you have some great news for us around a new service and expansion into health systems today. So let's get right into it. I know that there are many challenges that healthcare organizations face, including health systems and other large provider organizations, specifically around providing their patients access to blood tests that they need to stay healthy. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Sure. With Babson Diagnostics, we launched our BetterWay blood testing service in Austin in 2024. And it's just been an incredible experience providing the community of Austin and the providers in Austin an alternative to diagnostic blood testing, an alternative that brings accessibility, convenience, and a true alternative method to broad blood testing, which you've all experienced and very few of us will say we really appreciate. So just to give you a little bit of background about BetterWay, BetterWay enables really easy collection using a fingertip collection device we developed with Becton Dickinson without sacrificing menu breadth, quality, or cost structure. And this is super important. We provide broad testing of the most commonly ordered blood tests and panels that your doctor orders for you, or you can order for yourself to monitor health, annual wellness, disease monitoring. And the whole thing here is we know that if you ever want to monitor your health, or God forbid you're dealing with a health condition, the first thing that gets done is go get your blood tested, right? That is the key thing that clinicians ask you to do because blood testing and clinical blood testing informs over 70% of clinical decisions. Now you ask, how did it go? First part of 2024, we processed tens of thousands of tests, thousands of patients. And what we're most proud of is with our retail partners, HEB, Lake Hills, and Peoples, and with our staff, we ended 2024 with a net promoter score of 79. For a medical intervention to have a net promoter score of 79 is something we're very, very proud of and something we spent quite a bit of time developing. So now the question is, we're expanding this to health systems because when you look at health systems, they want to identify patients and customers in their community that need treatment, that need to be involved in that health system to both monitor their health and to drive long-term health. The first thing a clinician would do is you need to get people tested because I can't look at you, Jody. I can't look at anybody that's listening to this and say you're healthy or not. But if you give me a blood sample, if you get your blood test and we get kind of a limited set of key parameters, we can know very quickly how your biology is doing. And that's what we're bringing to health systems is they're all expanding into the community with these ambulatory care settings. They're all going into urgent care that are quickly becoming primary care settings also. They're all doing community events. And the key thing is, how do you make it so that the blood collection part can be done by just somebody we train out in the community? How do you provide an experience that's not feared? I think we've all experienced the anxiety around a needle going into our arm. How do you change something that's very easy and prefer when it comes to a quick sample from your finger? And how do you make it so that it's scalable, so that you can do it almost anywhere? Because we all want people to get tested so that we could diagnose disease early and that we can monitor it and make sure you have a long health span.
Yeah. Well, tell me more about that commercial partnership with BD and how are you using it to scale what you mentioned, patient satisfaction and patient outreach for healthcare organizations.
Our first launch was really focused with our retail partners. Initially did retail launches, which will still be so core to what we're doing and really synergistic with health system and healthcare organization initiatives. With the launch of BetterWay for healthcare organizations, our partnership with BD enables us to approach health systems and say, hey, BD walks us in the door, uses their key account management team and also the relationships and marketing to say, hey, we have a strategic partnership with Babson Diagnostics. They are bringing true innovation to broad testing. And then we talk about what we're doing, that we now allow health systems in to address non-compliant patients, to increase their catchment area of patients they're looking to get, to provide blood testing at more and more locations in their health system, including new decentralized locations, all with the goal of having a very scalable and affordable way for them to get the testing that their patients need, to make sure in their value-based contracts they're getting the follow-up that is needed. At the end of the day, just improve the health of the patients they treat.
Yeah. So I think the benefits to patients are pretty obvious. I actually just got my blood tested last week. It is not an enjoyable experience. So can you tell me a little bit more about the downstream benefits benefits that healthcare organizations will gain from deploying BetterWay?
So with BetterWay, basically, as I said, a very quick fingertip collection where we have a sample prep device that we bring into those locations that automates everything that you typically don't see around blood collection when it comes to mixing that sample, centrifuging that sample, refrigerating it, with all a goal of making it very scalable. Because you probably went to a collection center where there's quite a bit of infrastructure, where phlebotomists are dedicated to collecting your blood. We provide a downstream benefit of we could train anybody, from the receptionist at the site to MAs to nursing assistants to just about anybody to do the collection. Now, one, they get tremendous staffing flexibility. Two, they now have the information they need when somebody comes for their appointment. And three, the downstream benefit is attracting more and more patients into their systems, which either gives them revenue opportunities when it comes to just treating people, or if they're in value-based contracts, bonuses that come from it. It all starts with diagnostic blood testing is the most important thing you could do to screen, and it informs over 70% of decisions. And how do you make that super easy?
Yeah.
Just like if you look at almost anything in our economy, because of being able to move vaccines to decentralized locations, vaccine volume doubled because they were brought to the pharmacy. We've seen almost everywhere where having a preferred customer experience coupled with an infrastructure that lowers the cost and lowers the barrier to providing a service is what wins in the long run. That shouldn't be any different in healthcare. Actually, it should be pushed even harder in healthcare because healthcare is the most important thing we could do, right? So with BetterWay, this allows, again, 79 NPS, tremendous preferred patient experience. Can be collected by anyone and almost anywhere, which now reduces the barriers for adoption by a healthcare organization and increases the scalability, all without making a trade-off. Our tests are reimbursed by insurance. We have all the major payers, Medicare, Medicaid, United, and several other privates. And it provides a true clinical result that your clinicians trust and you can trust to inform your health journey.
Yeah. And you shared a little bit already about kind of how BetterWay for health organizations fits into your strategy, your overall strategy at Babson. But anything more you want to share about your strategy in 2025 and beyond?
2025 is building from a really successful launch in Austin. You'll start to see us more and more integrated into Austin, where in addition to going to health systems, we'll continue to expand with retail. You'll see us in other key locations in Texas. And then the goal is expanding nationwide. And we have several international also expansion opportunities we're pursuing. Because universally around the world, blood testing is critical and people are looking for a true alternative. Patient experience hasn't changed since the late 1940s with venipuncture. And now with our partners, we have strong partners in Siemens Healthineers and in Becton Dickinson, helping us along this journey. And now with Babson driving BetterWay and BetterWay for healthcare organizations, we're looking to bring this innovation to everybody who needs it.
Amazing. Well, I look forward to seeing how Babson further revolutionizes the blood diagnostic experience. Thank you so much, David, for joining us today.